This is Long Way to the Top, and I'm your host, Shayne Brian. Few Australian bands have left such a lasting mark as Sunnyboys. When their self-titled debut album exploded onto the Australian music scene in 1981, it captured all the excitement, vulnerability and the energy of youth. Songs like Happy Man, Alone With You and I Can't Talk to You became instant classics. With the songwriting of Jeremy Oxley, it helped redefine Australian guitar pop for an entire generation. Now, 45 years later, fans are being treated to something truly special, a beautifully curated 4LP vinyl box set celebrating the incredible first chapter, packed with demos, live recordings, rare interviews, and previously unreleased material on vinyl. And to mark the occasion, Sunnyboys are reforming for a very special one-off appearance in Brisbane. Joining me is guitarist Richard Burgman, one of the architects of the unmistakable Sunnyboys sound. Richard, welcome to the show.
Good evening, Shayne. Glad to be here.
45 years is a long time, right?
Yes, and we're all still alive.
You're all still, I love that. That's a good thing. And when you hold the box set in your hand, and I imagine that you've seen a copy of it yet, or you've seen, no, you haven't? No. Well, when you're looking at the list, then
I've seen what something that resembles the artwork.
Yeah.
And I've seen the track listings, and we've
Yes.
been over a couple of different things about what order we should put things in, and all that sort of thing. But we do not have a finished product as yet.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. What emotions come back for you looking at that list?
Emotions. It's memories. Memories of how instant and how quick it was, and memories of how very good we were as a band back then. I mean, I'm not trying to big note myself or say we were the best band ever, not at all, but we were good. We were very good live, and we earned those things that you described earlier in your introduction.
Yeah. And were there moments when you were looking at that list going, I'd completely forgotten about that one?
It was in part that's true. Yeah, there's a couple of songs on there that I haven't heard in a long time.
Yeah.
So yes, right.
And like you said, that brings back the memories. You know.
Brings back the memories of what things were like back then, what the music scene in Sydney was like back then.
Yeah.
How many bands there were, how many different places you could go to see bands every night of the week.
Yeah. Must have been an exciting time.
It was very interesting. We were very lucky to be part of it. Yeah. There were bands everywhere. There were musicians everywhere. Everyone was not trying for a piece of the big commercial pie.
Yeah.
But trying to be good at what they were doing, trying to be creative. A lot of people were creating. A lot of people were working very hard to be the best they could be in their own band, in their own environment. We had all sorts of success, and we had all sorts of people who failed, and there were casualties on the way. It was a representation of a broader history of life, really,
Yes.
in a small inner city region with a whole bunch of young people who had no idea what they were doing, but were doing it anyway.
I love that. That's good. But was there this is a bit of a two-part question. When you were first starting out, was there a band that you supported that you went, wow, this is the best thing ever?
Oh, there's a few of them.
Yeah. Who was the first one you supported?
God, that I don't know. I don't remember. Actually, no. The first gig we did, we supported a band. It was the Lipstick Killers.
Right.
Yes, that was in August in 1980, and it was our very first show, and we were supposed to be third band on out of five, and something moved around, so we ended up being third band out of four.
Yeah.
Something pulled out. So the band that played after us was Lipstick Killers, so they were pretty good.
Yeah.
Mark Taylor's an excellent guitar player. God, he's good.
Yeah.
And they were really good at what they did too. Yeah? Wonderful band, good guys, worked really hard, had some good songs.
Yeah. And a few years later, or after your debut album came out, was there a band that supported you that you went, yeah, these guys are gonna go real well?
There's a couple of ways to answer that. There were some bands that played with us that we thought were really good, that we really just fell in love with.
Yeah.
One of them was the Triffids.
Oh, love the Triffids. Yeah.
Yes. For instance, I mean, they're completely stylistically different to us.
Yeah.
But in their own way, they were just magic.
Yeah.
They were unique and special, and they weren't trying to be anything other than themselves, which is one of the reasons they were so good. Which I think was one of the reasons we were as good as we were. We weren't trying to be anything other than who we were. We just had these songs and we played them, and people liked them, and that was just, yeah. The other story is that the other band that opened for us once that I thought might go away with Midnight Oil.
Well, they didn't do very well, did they?
No, well, in the grand scheme of things, they did okay.
They did all right. They did all right.
But they are hard act to follow, let me tell you. Oh,
I bet they were. You were probably sitting there going, why did we get these guys to open for us?
Oh, we were doing them a favour.
Oh, really?
It was just before the release of 1098.
Yeah, right.
It was just about to come out, and they were doing some warm-up gigs. So they rang us up and said, can we open for you guys? We were playing at a pub in Camaret called the San Miguel.
Yeah.
And it was a regular Wednesday, Thursday night sort of venue for us. We go there once a month or once every 2 months or whatever. And they said, can you come open for us? And we said, that's fine. I don't remember what name they used. It wasn't theirs.
Yeah.
But they got up there and they played, and my goodness, it was just lift the roof off the place. And no one knew they were going to be there except for us.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when they start that song, Rob Hurst has a drum machine on the Power and the Passion.
Yes.
The start of that song's a drum machine. So he was trying to get the drum machine working on stage, and it wouldn't. So he sort of took about 30 seconds fiddling with it, and the rest of the guys sitting there looking at him. And he just started playing.
Yeah, nice.
Forget the machine, I'll do it.
Yeah, as you should. As in
the way that Rob Hurst does, it's complete command of what he's doing.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Incredible drummer, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Now, the debut album, I mean, it's become one of Australia's most celebrated records. At the time, when you were creating it, did you realise that this is something that would be talked about for decades later?
Oh, hell no.
Yeah.
No, we just had a bunch of songs that we really liked to play. And we knew that people liked to come and see us play. You can tell by how many people turn up at the gig, really.
Yeah.
And the response you get when you do play. And that was all we had to go by. We had no idea we would ever last as long as we did. We had no idea what the future held. But at that point in time, you don't know. And
no,
you're more busy. You are more concentrating on what's going to happen tomorrow than 5, 10, or 20 years down the road. Obviously, that's it's impossible to predict. Yeah. And you're not thinking about it anyway. And we're not thinking this might be like Dark Side of the Moon or Led Zeppelin 2, no.
Yeah.
No. This was just us doing some songs. And there they are.
There they are. Now, you managed to combine, a very Beatles-style melodies. And when I listen to it now, it could be even, Alone With You. I listen to that and go, that could have actually fit right in the 60s there. But it also had that punk attitude and that new wave energy. Was that like a conscious decision to go that way?
It wasn't pre-planned. No, it was just that we sound the way we did because we sound the way we do.
Yeah.
And we play those songs the way we play them because that's how we play them. There were minor adjustments in arrangements, how long a verse would be or how many choruses you would do, that sort of thing. Yeah. How you start and how you end a song, we would work out between the four of us. But the song itself, most of the time, Jeremy would bring either a complete song or an idea for a complete song.
Yeah.
And we would then finish it with him. So that part of it was really organic. And we weren't trying to be like anybody. And we weren't thinking of ourselves as the next, I don't know, whatever. And we weren't trying to be punk or pop or anything. We just played the way we like to play.
Yeah.
Really.
Did you have musical influences that,
oh yeah,
especially like beforehand, who were yours?
Well, I started listening to music when I was a teenager, and that's basically in the late 60s, early 70s, and I was listening to, and harmonies and voices were really important to me. I used to love the early Bee Gees stuff, and I loved the Mamas and the Papas, and I loved Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, but I also really liked the Pink Floyd and the Led Zeppelin and Deep Purple and any of those bands that were making waves back then. I would be into. Through the 70s, when I was in Sydney, I went to Sydney to go to university. When I was in 1975, I went to see Radio Burgman, and they changed the way I viewed music and how it could be performed. Because up till then, all of Australian music was either leftovers from the 60s or early 70s, like Billy Thorpe and the Aztecs type stuff, or it was Skyhooks and Sherbet.
And it was a very noticeable change when Skyhooks came on the scene, and Sherbet came on the scene. Maybe not as much, but
they were big but they were very Sydney and very Melbourne. Sherbet was the Sydney band, and Skyhooks is the Melbourne band, and never the twain shall meet. There were competitions in the local media, like in Go Set magazine and on Countdown, about who was the best band, which was the better one, and neither one was better. They were both very good. And it wasn't a contest, but Molly Melbourne was famous for that sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So when bands like Radio Birdman came along, it changed the way, and then punk was right along the same time.
Yeah,
the Sex Pistols and the Clash and the Damned and the Buzzcocks and all those bands from that the late 70s. It meant you didn't have to be a virtuoso musician in order to be in a band. It meant that all you had to do was play with passion, had a bit of passion in your playing, and a little bit of some lyrics that made sense, and you could have a band. And I thought to myself then, I can do that.
Yeah.
Being a rudimentary country boy guitar player, I was no virtuoso, never have been, and so knowing that I could made all the difference, because that's where your confidence comes from. That means you can actually not afraid to step up in front of some of your peers and go, well, I can play like this. Can I be in the band?
Yeah.
That sort of thing. And it works. One of the reasons we had such a thriving scene in Sydney in the late 70s, early 80s was because of that.
Yeah.
You didn't have to be great. You just had to want it.
Yeah. Yeah. And want it bad enough that you would go out, every night and perform.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's right. You would go out to see bands, and people would go out to see you. It was a rolling, everything rolled over like that. Everyone supported everybody else. Everyone was criticizing everybody else at the same time.
Of course.
But people still turned up.
Yes, yes. And you look at that now and go, where is that? Where has it gone? Yeah. Yep, absolutely. Yeah.
Technology. Too much of it.
Yet it is changing, and even now, I've got my record player over there that I put on religiously because I want to experience something other than your phone.
That's right. And it's back then there was no computers, no social media. The phone was the one that was on the hall table inside the front door of whatever house you lived in. Rents were cheap in Sydney.
Yeah.
Lake Darlinghurst and Surrey Hills and Redfern were slums.
Yeah.
So share houses were cheap, and lots of movement, people moving around. 5 or 6 different houses in those times. Glebe and Balmain and Roselle and Birchgrove, Newtown and Enmore and you name it. Yes. All those places were just cheap and cheerful.
Yeah. And we relied on the industry mags and radio and Countdown.
There used to be a gig guide on Double J every day at 6 o'clock, and we would listen to it religiously.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
And Countdown was another thing.
Huge.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Really influential, very huge. Very much interested in the pop side of things, and it was very much influenced by the industry, because Molly wasn't afraid to support industry acts. Various reasons. I mean, he was for his own taste quite eclectic, but he was also a big supporter.
Was he a supporter of Sunnyboys?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we were his favourite band necessarily, but he was quite happy to have us on the show and
Yeah.
a couple of times, no problem. Yeah.
Yep.
That sort of thing, and because it was national television, I think they used to get a viewership of something like 5 million people every Sunday, which is about it's about 25% of the population of the country.
Yeah.
For a 1 hour pop show on a Sunday afternoon, or Sunday morning, wherever it was.
Sunday night, just before dinner, it would be on. I think it was 5 or 6 o'clock, and
this is the ABC doing the right thing. And when in the early 70s, there was a show called GTK.
Right.
I don't know if you're familiar with
that one.
No. Okay. Well, get yourself on YouTube and look up GTK.
Yeah.
Right? And it's what the ABC used to do was just before the 6:30 news, they would have 10 minutes of music, and there would be bands playing live in the studio, and it was all black and white. So this is prior to colour television.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's where I got a lot of my early education on Australian music. They showed Australian bands playing live on television.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm the same as you. That's how I learnt about the music was, watching shows like Countdown. I was probably, that next era up.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. I want to talk about Jeremy's songwriting because it was really the heart of Sunnyboys. What made him such a unique songwriter?
Jeremy is a unique human. He was good at everything he tried. At 14 years old, he was Australian schoolboy champion surfer.
Yeah, right.
Right. I don't know if you're into surfing at all or surfing culture or know much about it, but that's pretty. He's pretty good for 14. And he was a very good soccer player, and a good rugby player, and he was good at art and drawing.
Yeah,
and he picked up guitar at 14, and by the time he was 15, he was playing solos. So it didn't take him long when he was a kid just to get very good quite quickly. And then straight away, when he was 15, he started writing songs.
Yeah.
Just little 15-year-old type songs.
Yeah.
Songs nonetheless. And he had Alone With You written before he came to Sydney. He was only 18. Yeah. Only just turned 18, quite frankly.
Yeah.
So those songs were part of his growing up as a teenager. So the way he wrote there are some things in the way he writes and songs that really are unique to him. The bridge in the middle of Alone With You, for instance, is extraordinary. I've never heard a song with that type of bridge in it apart from that one. And it just works.
Yeah.
You don't need to change it. You don't need to change it up. It's the bit in the middle where it's just an instrumental part. And it's F sharp minor, B minor, A flat, D flat minor, A, and D minor, and then goes to E, and just those chords in a row, with his guitar riff over the top of it, and it just goes from here and just lifts. It goes right up to there, and then takes you right back into the song again. It gets like, oh, that was cool.
Yeah,
came out of. It's not clever because it's not prog rock clever.
No, it's clever in its simplicity.
It's the simplicity of it, and that makes it successful, and it's unique as well.
Yeah.
So what makes him such a good songwriter is the fact that he's that type of person who's got that type of brain.
Yeah,
God given.
Yeah. Well, when he brought a song to you, could you immediately tell the ones that were going to connect with the audience?
What we did, I'm trying a bit roundabout way to answer that. What we would do was we would learn the songs in the rehearsal room. And because those Pete and Bill and Jay had played together since they were kids, 14, they had 3 or 4 years of playing together as a band, various bands.
Yeah.
And I'd had some prior training too, so I fitted in well. I'm quick at learning things and I remember them. So it's a very useful skill to have
Yeah.
when you're
Yeah.
as a musician,
Yeah.
because nothing's written. It's all in here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we knew which songs we really liked in the rehearsal room. Some of them just make you just want to run around the ceiling. So run around the room. They're so good. It's so much fun to play.
Well, was he collaborative with the arrangements? I mean, could you say, I think we should do this?
As I said earlier, sometimes he would bring us a complete song.
Yeah.
And we would work together on how to start it and how to end it. And sometimes we would, how many choruses you would do, so that sort of thing. So minor adjustments really for the song. Other songs, he would bring a complete idea for a song. And then we would help with the arrangement, the structure and the arrangement of it. So he was collaborative. Not all the time, didn't need to be. Some of the songs were just ready. The ones that weren't ready, we put together with him.
Yeah, yeah.
And then when you play them in the rehearsal room, you get this really wonderful response. And what I found was that a lot of times that response did translate to the audience.
Yes.
So to answer your question, did we know if they would be? Yeah, not necessarily.
Yeah.
But
I suppose once you played the finished thing with all the arrangements, you knew, especially when you're up there performing, and you would have performed some of the new material before it was even released.
Oh, absolutely. We had all those. We had the first album and a bunch of other songs, which are actually being released on this new compilation.
Yes, yes. Let's talk about that, because included in the compilation is Bill Bilson's mum's scrapbook as well. I mean,
Alma Bilson, what a wonderful woman.
It's a nice little personal touch. I mean, what was it like seeing all those memories again?
Oh, well, haven't been seen on the artwork.
No. Okay.
Only seen some bits and pieces. So,
okay. I've probably seen it probably more than what you have then.
You may have.
I may have. But it makes me wonder, and I remember that when Uncanny X-Men were becoming big, that the media would go to, and the magazines would not talk to the artists. They would go to the mums and say, "Do you have any photos?" And they'd be like, "Oh yes, look at my young Johnny. Look at this," and off they go. And this is what they would do all the time. And I've seen some resurface from Uncanny X-Men, and I mean, it's a bit like that because it's families that often preserve history better than what the bands do.
I agree. I totally agree. And there's always someone out there, like an aunt and uncle or a parent of somewhere, a grandparent, who will be obsessive about this sort of thing.
Yes.
And that's what you need.
You do.
Need someone in the group who's got someone associated with them who wants everything, wants one of everything.
Yes. Yes,
Good
absolutely. Now, I mean, Sunnyboys actually helped change Australian guitar music, right? Looking back, I mean, what do you...
Better or worse?
No, I think it was... there's a lot of musicians that cite Sunnyboys as their inspiration. They really do. I mean, what do you think that the band contributed that wasn't really there beforehand?
Oh, God.
Oh, that's a tough question.
Now you're asking me to be objective about something that I have that I was subject to.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, I was the subject of, not the.
Yes.
It's hard to be objective when you're the subject.
It is.
We had the classic lineup: 2 guitars, bass, and drums.
Yeah.
Right. And Jeremy doing lead singing and lead guitar, and me and Pete doing the vocal harmonies. And as I said, harmonies were really important to me. As a little kid, I just loved that sort of thing. So we worked hard on that stuff. Yeah. And Bill is a solid, straight drummer. He has a style all his own.
Yeah.
And we didn't try and tell him to play like anyone else, especially not for the first record. There were a bit later on some things other influences try everything, but we tried to keep them at bay. But tried to make sure that our guitar sounds were as natural as possible. Yeah. We just plugged straight into the amps. We had 100-watt Marshalls, and we just plugged them straight in.
Yeah.
And Pete had a big old bass rig and plugged straight in. So there were no effects, and there was no chorus or delay or flange or reverb. Oh, sometimes there's reverb if they had it in the room.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's it. So that straightforward approach, I think, is what we brought. And the fact that we were able to make it work is what people were going,
the simplicity again, isn't it?
Again, you go with your strengths.
Yeah.
You've got to know your strengths and you've got to know your weaknesses.
Yeah.
But you've got to go with your strengths and try and work on your weaknesses if you can, if you have the time.
I feel it's like the new wave bands were like, oh, all you can do, you just need a singer and a keyboard and away you go.
Yeah.
You took the other approach. You said, no, all you need is 2 guitarists, a singer and drums.
And a bass player. Yeah.
And a bass player. Well, bass player, yeah.
Can't forget Pete.
No. When I say guitars, I mean bass as well, yeah.
I'm sure you do.
Nice cover.
Yeah.
Let's not forget the bass player. They get very upset.
Yes.
Now, you guys are getting back together for one more show.
Yes, we're going to do a show in October in Brisbane. Yes.
How difficult was it to convince everyone that one more show is the right thing to do?
Well, first thing is Bill won't be playing with us.
Yeah.
Bill has hung up his sticks. He did that 3 years ago at the end of our last tour, and he's quite happy to in his retirement. Yeah. And he's more than happy for somebody else to sit in if we so desire. He's okay with it. So
yeah, that's good.
It's really important to us that that's okay with him.
Yes.
Because there's been no one else but him the whole time, right? So finding a replacement's not an easy thing. But we do have Paul Larson playing drums with us.
Nice.
Paul Larson currently plays with the New Christs and he plays with Jim McGeady and the Family Dog.
Yep.
So I don't know if you saw them play in Launceston the other week, but
no, I didn't, but I heard all about it. Yes.
Dear, oh dear. Strike one. You got to get out more.
I know. Well, I'm stuck behind a microphone. What can I say?
Oh,
rubbish. I know.
Yeah, pull the other one. The Paul is an extraordinary drummer. He's really good. He's solid. He's straight. He's quick.
Yeah.
He's got good chops. He's also got a little bit of swing when he plays straight time. There's always a little bit of swing in there, and it's really quite remarkable.
Yeah.
A little bit like Phil Rudd from AC/DC. If you listen to Jailbreak,
yes,
for instance, the swing in that song is just
incredible. Yeah. Yeah.
Paul's got that, not quite to that extent perhaps, but he does have that quality to his playing.
Yeah.
And he's also played in he's also played in the Eights with Ed Cooper.
Yeah.
And all sorts of people he's played with over the years. So he's certainly got the qualifications, and he's quite enthusiastic about the whole thing. We've had a couple of practices with him, and he's come along nicely.
What was the first thing? What was the first rehearsal like then? Was it awkward or was it?
Well, the first thing we did was Pete and I got together with Paul, because all three of us live in Sydney.
Yeah. And
we went through the songs, the three of us. That worked quite well.
Yeah.
We're very happy with it. We're very happy with the way, because Bill, as I said before, has his way of playing songs, and he put his parts into those songs.
Yeah.
Which means that the songs on the albums have signature drum parts that are Bill's.
Yeah.
Like the start of Happy Man, for instance.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. So we didn't want somebody who's just going to recreate the drum parts. We wanted someone who recognizes those signature parts and was able to reproduce them, not note for note, perfect every single song, just getting those bits right. And Paul just nailed it. It was wonderful.
And it's really important.
They're part of the song. They're part of the way the song's supposed to sound.
Yeah. Fans have grown up on that, and they want to hear that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. And we didn't have to prompt him. We didn't have to tell him. We didn't have to sit him down and lecture him. He just came. He turned up at rehearsal, and he did it.
Great.
So it was fantastic. So that was the first thing we did, and it wasn't hard to convince me and Pete that this is a good idea. And Jeremy was enthusiastic from the outset, because Jeremy can't help it. He just loves to play. He wants to. But we have a problem. Jeremy suffers from schizophrenia.
Yeah.
And he's on medication full time, and he's very unfit.
Yes.
So he carries a lot of extra weight. He's got a heart condition, diabetes.
Yeah. How is he going to go, do you think?
So,
How do you think he's going to go with the
well,
concert?
Steve, we got him down for a couple of rehearsals with me and Pete and Paul, and he went really well.
Yeah.
That was the litmus test.
Yeah.
And we had to see whether he could do it for an hour and a half. You know, it's not a matter of being able to do 2 songs here and there.
No.
You've got to be able to stand up there in front of a crowd. People are paid good money to see you.
Yep. Yep.
You don't want to be an embarrassment. You don't want to embarrass yourself or disappoint them.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's important. And that's the ethic that we've worked with the entire time.
Yeah.
One of the reasons we played sparingly anyway, even the last tour, we'd only play on the weekends because Jeremy needs time to rest. He needs time to recover. He needs time to get his. But you put a guitar on him, put him in front of a microphone, tell him he's a Sunny Boy, and you can't stop him.
Yeah. Isn't that the way? It's incredible. It's incredible.
It is. It's really quite
It just
something.
takes over. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, physically, were the songs exciting to play again the first time when you went through the recordings?
Yeah.
Went through the rehearsal, sorry? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there's always this element of danger because it's a new person on the drum kit. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Risk. The element of, we don't really know what's going to happen. With Bill, we knew exactly what would happen.
Yeah.
Bill was incredibly reliable, incredibly consistent, incredibly
Yes.
easy to work with in that regard. Knew exactly what he was going to do.
Yeah.
Which is really good in many ways because that means that Jeremy doesn't have to worry about things changing
Yeah.
behind him. And it's very important for Jeremy that things are stable and same.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So,
And you don't want a drummer that's going to go off, off on their own tangent. That'll just throw.
pretend that they're Neil Peart or they're,
Yeah, exactly.
John Bonham. No,
Yeah.
we don't need that. We need someone who understands.
Now, apart from the oldies who know and love your music, there's a lot of younger people that are discovering Sunny Boys even today. What songs? I mean, are you gonna play like the big ones first? Are you gonna go through the first album? It's a tough one, isn't it? Really.
You are just going to have to wait and see.
I'm trying to get some information out of you right now.
No.
If you could go back and speak to Richard in 1981, just before the debut album came out, what advice would you give him?
I'd tell him not to be in such a rush to make the second album.
Yeah. No,
Give it a little bit longer. And the original deal we had was 4 albums with Mushroom.
Yeah.
And then 2 singles of each album.
Yeah.
So we had the first album came out, 2 singles came out, Happy Man, Along With You, and then poof, we were back in the studio to make the second one. We should have waited. I reckon we should have waited another good 6 months or a year and then put out another single for that album and toured a bit more. That would have been, it would have given us more time to get the second album ready because, as they say, you've got 20 years to write the first album.
Yeah.
6 months to write the second one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh?
But it was a formula, in the late 70s and early, get that second album out quickly, because they want it.
Yep. See, that's exactly right.
Yeah. 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 When in fact there's so many good songs on the album that weren't released as singles that could have been singles.
Yeah. My Only Friend could have been a great single, and I'm Shaken could have been a great one. There's lots of them.
Lots of them. Yeah. Yeah. What do you hope that the box set says about Sunny Boys' place in Australian music history?
I just hope. I hope that it cements it. I hope it just shows people that the first album was very good in what it is, but the second record in that set is the Studio 301 demos that we did prior to making the first album. So it's all the first album songs plus a bunch of others that didn't make the album.
Yeah.
So, and the playing on those demos is intense.
Yeah.
The playing, the sounds is strong. It's fierce.
Yeah.
It's more like what we were like live.
Yeah.
So but I was really happy with it. I mean,
why was that? Why was that? Was it different producer, different?
Yeah, whole different studio,
studio?
different engineer.
Yeah.
It was we were in Studio 3, EMI Studio 301, Sydney, and there was an engineer. There was no producer per se. So he was just an engineer. He recorded everything and did a mix and just banged it. It's just demos.
Yeah.
Right? It's supposed to be cheap and cheerful, quick.
Yeah.
So we got in there. We played the songs usually once or maybe twice.
Yeah.
And then went on to the next one. So the sound of it is more like as I said, we were live. Now, when we went in to make the album proper, it was in Albert's studio in King Street, Sydney, where AC/DC had done a bunch of stuff, and Vander and Young had done a bunch of stuff. The engineer was Cole Freeman, and producer was Lobby Lloyd, and we were in the studio again, and we were playing our stuff, and the engineer kept on saying, "No, you've got to turn your guitar down. Getting too much spill in the drums. Turn it down. Turn it down."
Oh.
And I'm thinking to myself, but the only way I can get that sound is at this volume.
Yeah.
And you want me to play it at half that or less than half that.
Yeah.
So things sounded thinner than they should have. Things sounded,
Yeah.
And you can hear it in the record.
Yeah.
And well, I can anyway.
Same with bands like the Beatles. You know, you can tell when they were all in the studio performing together and all mic'd up together. You could tell that they were playing off each other. They had their, the moment that they were all sort of separate and doing their individual bits, it just didn't work as well.
That's right. And one of the things about recording like that, when you record together, that's an old school approach to recording.
Yeah.
That's what all those from the 40s, the 50s, and the 60s, all those bands did. They'd be in the room all together. Like Frank Sinatra would record with an orchestra in the room with him.
Yeah.
So, and some of those recordings are just extraordinary.
Amazing, yeah.
Beautiful sounding, warm and friendly and rich,
Yeah.
And they had tube mics, and they didn't have that many. They'd have 3 or 4 mics in the room. They just knew where to put them. Yeah. And it's the same with the early Beatles stuff in the 60s records. They had 1 mic in front of the drum kit and 1 over the top.
Yep.
And we got to the point where everything was mic'd and everything had its own separate channel. So all you're doing is listening to detail. You're listening to the sound of one tom or the sound of one cymbal or the sound of one guitar or the sound of, and instead of listening to the whole thing, you're concentrating on the details, not on the whole.
Yeah.
And that I think has been, and these days it's even worse because you can have as many channels as you like. You can have 200 channels on a recording.
Yeah.
Just many.
Bring back analog.
Well, in a way, but it's what you're listening for that's more important than how many channels you have. You get caught up in the technology.
Yeah.
Back to this thing again.
That's it.
And you forget that there's a whole big world out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's your view of the world, your phone. So if your view of the world is the details in the recording process, then you lose the picture of the whole. I think we were lucky enough that we were still playing as a band, and we recorded that way in the studio. We would, the only thing we would put on later really was vocals.
Yeah.
Jeremy would do a guide vocal but then he'd do it going by himself and do one, with the headphones on. So we did capture it pretty well. A lot of those songs are quite good. They're a little bit more clinical.
Yeah.
Than they're on the demos. And when you hear it, you'll hear the difference.
Yeah. Yeah.
You really will.
I'm looking forward to it.
And the third album is Live at the Governor's Pleasure. So the Double J back then were doing live to air shows. Yeah. And they, of course, recorded them. God bless them.
Yes.
And so that's some of those shows we did in the early days were extraordinary.
Yeah.
So the intensity, the power of it was just really something else.
Phenomenal.
And you could feel it when you're on stage.
Yeah.
You're not dialing this in. This is happening now.
Yeah.
Just wonderful to be part of it. And everyone else in the band is right there with you. I remember looking over to the guys, and Pete's got his eyes shut and he's rubbing his head, and Bill's crouched over his drums like Jeremy's got his guitar and he's just
off. Yeah.
Everything is working all together all at the same time. Yeah. Everything is coordinated. Everything is everything is in the right place at the right time for the right reason.
Yeah.
As far as we were concerned, and we weren't trying to be, as I said, trying to copy anyone else or be like someone else. We were just trying to do what we could do the best we could.
And that's what makes a successful live album. When you, as a listener, you can hear that and go, if I was back if I was there, I could imagine what was going down.
Oh yeah. You, when you hear that, you can hear the passion, the intensity of the playing, and you hear the response of the audience.
Yeah. Incredible.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah. And the fourth album is the original EP.
Yes.
The 12-inch version.
Yes.
4 songs on, on each side.
And we're looking at October for the release of the album.
23rd.
Yep.
October 23rd, which is the same date as the gig in Bristol.
How about that? What a coincidence.
Oh, I know.
Now, I'll have all the details of where you can get tickets and where you can get the vinyl on the description. Before we go, I always do a fast 5. 5 questions. Don't need to think too much about them.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Fine.
Okay. All right.
So before we get to any of that, we are not going to do any other shows.
Yes. No. Exactly. Just the one show. That's it.
Just one. Yeah. And it's because another reason for it is Jeremy turned 65 in November.
Yeah.
And Triple Z wanted us to play it, so we decided, we can drag one out for Jeremy's 65th. We'll do one. We don't want to do any more. We don't want to drag this out and have come back, and no, not doing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway,
great choice. Great choice.
And your listeners.
Yes. This is it. Like one show only.
And on that day, it's Mick Madew and Ursula.
Yeah.
Of the opening act. Then it's Spy versus Spy.
Which is, phenomenal. Yeah.
And then the Clouds.
Yeah.
And then us.
Yeah.
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 When the Clouds have departed, it's the Sunnyboys.
I like
Sorry.
that.
Oh, sorry, I had to get that in.
I like that. I apologize. Possibly the worst joke, but anyway.
Possibly the worst joke ever. My kids would look at me and go, "Oh
no." Oh. Okay, so here are the fast 5. One Sunnyboys song that you never get tired of playing.
Guts of Iron.
Sorry?
Guts of Iron.
Guts of Iron. Yep. Okay.
Also, I'm Shaken.
Right. Do you get tired of playing Alone With You?
I never get tired of The Seeker.
Yeah. Well, what about the ones that everyone's going to ask?
Another one I really love to play is To the Bone.
To the Bone. Yeah. Yeah.
Love that.
And when you play the ones that everybody expects you to play, do you still love playing them?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
God.
You don't go, oh God, I've got to play Alone With You again.
No, don't. Yeah. I thought about that, and I've seen many people, some of my peers included, go, I'm not playing that fucking song again.
Yeah.
Never. It's like, I was in the Saints with Chris Bailey for 2 years. People would yell out to play Stranded, and he refused. He just said, "I'm Stranded, you bastard." He went around, give him the finger.
But why? Why do that?
Well, that's Chris. Okay, that's a whole nother story.
Yes, yes.
But what I think, and what I also think that my band members and the Sunnyboys think, is that those songs are a gift to us. We are so lucky to have them. We were so lucky to have each other. We were so lucky to have the success we did. We were so fortunate to be in the right place at the right time with the right song. It's lightning strikes. It's what it is.
Yeah.
And all these things have to line up.
Yeah.
And they do not. These things do not line up for everybody, as you well know.
Yeah.
So we're grateful and really happy to play those songs because that's what people want to hear.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. Love it. What a great answer. What a great answer. Now, first album you ever bought with your own money?
The Monkees. Pisces, Aquarius, Capricorn, and Jones.
Oh, nice. Very good. What's one Australian artist that everyone should own on vinyl, not the Sunnyboys?
Masters Apprentices.
Yeah.
Joyce Cuts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a wonderful, wonderful record.
Yeah. Yeah. If Sunnyboys had never existed, what career do you think Richard Burgman would have ended up in?
Computer programming.
Yeah. All right. Because you're a computer programmer now?
I made a living at it for quite some time.
Yeah.
Had kids to raise and a mortgage to pay. So,
Yes, of course you do. Of course you do. Finally, 45 years later, complete this sentence. 45 years later, Sunnyboys still means...
still mean trouble.
I'll take that. That was good.
45 years later, 45 years later, the Sunnyboys still mean business.
Sorry, you broke up.
45 years later, the Sunnyboys still mean business.
Yeah. Yep. I like that. Now, I'm just going to ask you one more time after this Brisbane show. It's definitely just one show, right? Have we learned to never say never?
Mm-hmm.
One show. Okay. All right. Well, I'm holding you to that. One show. That's it.
Unless someone comes and offers us $1 million, then we probably play.
All right. Okay. Well, there you go. You heard it. So
yeah.
That is
or a week at the Maldives,
Yeah.
Be in that.
Yeah. That would be nice. Sunnyboys in the Maldives.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah. That'd be lovely. Yeah. That'd be lovely. Look, it was an absolute pleasure to chat with you, and looking forward to the box set when it finally comes out. If you're around Brisbane, if you're travelling to Brisbane, if you're in Tasmania, get to Brisbane for the final ever show. No more ever.
No more ever, unless someone offers us all sorts of money show.
Right. Richard, thank you for joining me on the show.
My pleasure, Shayne. It really has been a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck with all you do. Good luck with all those radio stations. You don't have 2WG on that, do you, Wagga?
No, Wagga, no.
No.
It's in a different network, so
okay.
it's only the ones that are on the ARN network. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, I'd love to be syndicated on every radio station. That'd be great.
Yeah, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I'd take that. Yeah. It was. I fell into this actually. It was someone had the bright idea. Let's do an 80s at 8, and everyone in the network went, "Yep," because it's all the same music in the network, right?
Yep.
One music programmer, and I thought I'm going to put together a show here, and did that, and then the network picked it up. They said, "Oh, what a great idea! If you're already doing it for Launceston, you may as well do it for the rest of the network." And then it just one thing led to another, and that was that. So,
well. There you go.
So I just need a sponsor now, and I'll be set. So there you go.
Yeah.
If you know any
Brisbane's a pretty special place. Played there a lot.
Yeah.
Triple Z was a very special place for us.
Yeah.
We played there a few times. We opened for a new race up there once, and we headlined it there several times. And we played Cloudlands Ballroom twice.
Oh, nice.
Oh, it was what a place, man! God, we opened for the Stray Cats in that place.
Oh, really?
And we opened for Ian Jury and the Blockheads.
Yeah. Have you been in the new ballroom, the new Cloudland? Yeah. They've tried to, and I mean it's not bad. It's not bad, but
it's such a shame that
I know
those persons, indescribable idiots, went in there and tore it down like that. That's beyond belief. I couldn't believe it. Yeah, so
it happens everywhere.
It does, and it's a real shame. I mean, you cannot make those things anymore.
No,
can't be done.
No. I saw they shut one down in Melbourne just this week, and. Crying shame. I remember when they got rid of Festival Hall. I mean, I went to so many concerts in Brisbane in Festival Hall.
It was Festival Hall in Melbourne and Horden Pavilion in Sydney.
Yeah.
The Horden's still going though, so that's good.
Yeah.
It's a very popular music venue nowadays.
Yeah. Did you ever get to Tassie?
No.
No. The Albert Hall is being redone or has been redone, and there was a few bands that played at the Albert Hall, like AC/DC. So Divinals, so they all got there, they all played. So, but yeah, it's those venues that just really, I think, mean a lot to artists and to there's so much history in them, you know?
There is, and they were the places we used to aspire to.
Yeah.
Because we could play the Civic, and we could play the Hopetown, and we could play the Trade Union Club, and we could play the Governor's Pleasure, and we could play the San Miguel, we could play the Royal Outland, and we could play the Family Inn, and we could play the Cronulla Workers and all those sorts of places. But what you really wanted to do was to go and play the Horton Pavilion.
Yeah.
Somewhere nice and somewhere nice. It's 5,000 seater, you know, it's not a small room.
No. But,
I saw a Yes in there.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah, in 1973. That was fantastic. And I saw Little Feat in there in 1975.
Oh, wow.
You know, it's the history in that place is extraordinary.
Yeah.
And let alone Midnight Oil's last show, that was something.
Yeah. And you were saying about the intimacy of these clubs though, and these pubs. You know, listening to live at the Bondi Lifesaver, the Cold Chisel, great album, and you can really feel it, and you think, wow. I mean, imagine actually being in that audience, you know.
Yep, that's right. It's like being in the Stage Door Tavern or the Bondi Lifesaver. Those places were amazing because they were small but big enough to hold like between two to 500 people, depending on where they crammed in. Completely illegal and all the rest of it. But the place would be over the top.
Yeah,
the place there'd be sweat dripping off the rafters, and there'd be people pushing and shoving and dancing, and there'd be people having a wonderful time. Huh?
Yeah.
In the middle of winter, they'd be walking out of the place with their shirts off because they were sweating. They're so hot.
Yeah. And that was just Jimmy Barnes. You know.
That's right.
Yeah.
No,
incredible.
And the Midnight Oil shows were all like that too. The Manly Vale Hotel was famous. It was incredible for that.
Yeah.
Just what a place.
Phenomenal.
Got a story about them. Midnight Oil playing at Manly Vale. A friend of mine used to look after the Oils back in the early days in the late 70s, and he said they went there once because the Oils had this massive light show.
Yeah.
And back then they were all 1,000-watt cans, bar cans. So, which means each light is 1,000 watts. So when you turn them on and off, it's not just 1,000 watts going on and off. There's a surge for each one of these. So basically, you need double the power to run that thing in order for it to flash. So they had 200 lights, so there's 200,000. They didn't have enough power on the board, so every time they flick the lights to swing, the board would shut down, the power board.
Yes.
So somebody went and got a spanner and put it across the breakers.
No.
Yeah. So the show could go on.
Now, didn't they call their album 200,000 watts? Wasn't there an album that they did, which was a live one?
200,000 watt RSL,
yeah. Well, there you go. And that's the reason why I love it.
And that's the sort of stuff you had to do to get the show, to keep the show on the road back then. You couldn't get away with that now.
No, you couldn't.
Plus.
No, you couldn't. No.
It's probably a good thing.
Yeah. Well, look, I've got to fly. All right. Thank you so much. This was brilliant. Absolutely loved this, having a chat with you. I really did.
Yeah.
All right. Cheers, mate.
All right. Good night.
See ya. Bye. Thanks for listening. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Long Way to the Top. Hit plus or follow to subscribe to the podcast, and head over to Facebook at the Long Way to the Top podcast and give us a like. Keep on rocking, and I'll catch you on the next episode of Long Way to the Top.